Welcome back in part 2 of Blockbuster. The standard business model for video rental stores had traditionally been to pay a large flat fee per video, approximately $65, and offer unlimited rentals for the lifetime of the medium itself.
Sumner Redstone, whose Viacom conglomerate then owned Blockbuster, personally pioneered a new revenue-sharing arrangement for video in the mid-1980s.
Blockbuster obtained videos for little cost and kept 60% of the rental fee, paying the other 40% to the studio and reporting rental information through the global media measurement and research company Rentrack.
In addition to benefiting from a lower initial price, Blockbuster also capitalized on the fact that movies were generally not available for purchase at affordable price points during initial release periods.
Thus customers had a choice to rent, wait, or buy the film on tape at the much higher manufacturer's suggested retail price, targeted at other rental chains and film enthusiasts, which at that time ranged between $70 to $100 per title. Blockbuster stores followed a strategy of emphasizing access to the most popular new releases, obtaining early access and stocking many copies of the new release titles, with a relatively narrower range of selections than traditional independent video stores.
Much of the shelf space in the stores was devoted to popular titles that were placed relatively sparsely on the shelves, with the entire front cover visible, so customers could browse casually and quickly, rather than having a more diverse selection with fewer copies of each title.
Blockbuster sometimes contracted with studios to obtain earlier access to new titles than other companies could achieve.
Examples of such contracts were those in which Blockbuster became the exclusive rental chain for new releases from WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, formerly WWF, World Wrestling Federation, Funimation, Rhino, Paramount, DreamWorks, DWA, Universal, Lionsgate, Summit, Anchor Bay, Manga, The Weinstein Company, Dimension, Miramax, Hollywood, Touchstone, Disney, Buena Vista, 20th Century Fox, MGM/UA, Orion, Sony, Columbia, TriStar, Image, Shout Factory, Warner Brothers, HBO, New Line Cinema and Illumination Filmworks.
As one commentator complained,
Blockbuster was once an unstoppable giant whose franchises swept across the country, putting mom-and-pop video stores out of business left and right by offering a larger selection of new releases, pricing them at a lower point due to the volume they worked in. Gone were the fragmented, independently owned shops that were often unorganized treasure troves of VHS discoveries. In their place were walls of new releases, hundreds of copies of a small handful of films. Everyone watching the same thing, everyone developing the same limited set of expectations. They put focus entirely on what was new rather than on discovering film history.
When a title was no longer a new release, each store would retain a few copies of it and typically sell off the rest as previously viewed for discounted prices.
Older movies would be recategorized as Blockbuster favorite titles and placed in a different area of the store.
Most Blockbuster locations also accepted trade-ins of used movies, TV shows, and games. Since Blockbuster's founding in 1985, the chain refused to stock adult films in order to portray the brand as family-friendly.
However, the company did carry R-rated and unrated films.
Blockbuster Entertainment Incorporated ran an award show annually from 1995 to 2001, called the Blockbuster Entertainment Awards.
In November 2001, Blockbuster announced that it would cancel the 2002 award show following concerns about viewership and celebrity attendance following the September 11 attacks.
Blockbuster Express was a movie rental kiosk brand that licensed for use by licensee MCR Corporation.
In 2011, nearly 10,000 Blockbuster Express kiosks were in operation.
Apart from the license to use the Blockbuster brand name, Blockbuster Express kiosks are unrelated to Blockbuster LLC, its stores, its DVD by mail service, or its online streaming service. The names Blockbuster Express and Blockbuster Video Express had also been used for smaller Blockbuster retail stores in the United Kingdom. In 2004, Blockbuster opened store-within-a-store video game rental and sales stores called Game Rush inside Blockbuster locations in limited markets.
Blockbuster also acquired Rhino Video Games, a chain of video game stores in the Southwest, and operated it alongside Game Rush.
These stores sold and bought DVDs, games, game consoles, and accessories.
Game Rush was positioned as a direct competitor to stores such as GameStop and Game Crazy.
Blockbuster used its location status to get instant coverage. It also promoted these stores by hosting video game tournaments, special trade-in offers, and a more hip look to the selection and staff.
However, when Blockbuster introduced the discontinuation of late fees, Game Rush was put on the chopping block.
In January 2007, Blockbuster sold Rhino Video Games to GameStop for.
According to the Blockbuster Twitter account, Game Rush was to be part of the new Blockbuster in 2016, and even had its own Twitter profile. However, the Game Rush Twitter account has not been active since January 2017.
In 1993, Blockbuster invested in the indoor kids play restaurant Discovery Zone.
In 1995, Blockbuster bought more stock to take control of the company.
Discovery Zone filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection on March 26, 1996, after changes in management and aggressive expansion put them in heavy debt.
DZ was merged a year later under Wellspring Associates ownership, with Blockbuster no longer have control of the chain.
Discovery Zone abruptly closed half of its locations in 1999 and sold 30 others to the parent company of Chuck E. Cheese's.
The rest of the Discovery Zone locations closed in December 2001.
The chain was revived as a single location in Cincinnati, Ohio on February 7, 2020.
It remains in operation, but it is not owned by Blockbuster. We will continue about Blockbuster in final part, Part 3.